Okay, hello, this is Miss Cruz, and I just wanted to go over some of the topics from this week's packet. We are on packet number 6, and for this week, the packet is going over human body cells and human body systems. We did learn about this at the very beginning of the year, but I'm not sure if you remember or if you need a quick refresher. So in this video, I'm going to go over the human body cells, just so you have a quick refresher and know what to do for the packet. Okay, so the body cells that we studied are the bone cell, the fat cell, the muscle cell, the nerve cell, the red blood cell, the skin cell, the small intestine cell, and the white blood cell. So remember, all these cells have a specific job that they do for the body. And remember, structure is related to function. So the structure of the cell has to do with what job they do for the body. So for example, we have here the nerve cell. They are in the brain and all over the nervous system, and they'll have these 10 dendrites or tendrils that connect to each other, and that allows them to send messages to each other. So just keep that in mind. Their structure, what shape they have, has to do with what function or job they do for the body. So first we're going to go over the bone cell. So the bone cell has this shape. It has like little tendrils. It's kind of weirdly shaped, and that's so they can stack with each other here and form a very tight connection. So that way they can work together to create the bones. The function of the bone cells to support and give the body its shape and structure. So they work together, tightly packed, so they can form your bones. Because if you didn't have any bones, you would be a blob of jelly on the floor. So it's very important that these cells work together to support the body and give it its shape and function. Bones are made strong by calcium, and you can get more calcium in your bones by eating foods like milk, yogurt, cheese, and broccoli, and that will make your bones stronger to support your body. Again, remember, bone cells, they support the body and give it its shape and function. Next, we have the fat cell. So the fat cells are cells that store energy for the body for later use. So they look like the generic animal cell, but they have this big pocket here where they store the fat. They store the fat there later, and if your body ever needs energy, it can get it from there. Just like reserves for later. Maybe one day um, you're too busy and don't have time to eat, so your body will get energy from your fat cells. And then the fat cells are stored under your skin. So you have your skin layers, then you have a layer of fat to protect you and also store energy for later. Next, we have the muscle cell. So the muscle cell are cells that help move the body. So they look like this, kind of stretched out, so they can attach and then they can like stretch and contract, and that helps move all the muscles. You have 3 different types of muscle cells. You have cardiac muscle cell. Those are specifically in your heart, and they help the heart with pumping blood, and we call them involuntary because you don't have to think about having your heartbeat. It does it on its own. Next, we have skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are the muscles that are attached to your bones. You can see them here on this guy, and they are voluntary. You think about when you want to move your fingers, your hands, your legs, and so on. You might think about it really quick, but you still think about it and decide how you're going to move your body. Smooth muscles are involuntary. They move on their own. You don't have to think about it. These muscles are in your stomach, the small intestine, your kidneys, and your intestines. So again, they help move something through your body without you thinking about it. So muscle cells help move your body's internal stuff inside and external stuff on the outside. Next, we have the nerve cell. So remember, nerve cell had a fancy name called neuron. So if you ever see nerve cell or neuron, they're the same thing. Here is a picture of the nerve cell. They have these long tendrils. dendrites, and then they use them to link up together in order to send messages. So their job is to send and receive messages from the brain. So the nerve cells collect messages from the outside world, either from any of your senses, hearing, smell, taste, touch, whatever, and then they get that information and quickly send it to each other through these chains that they make to the brain. Then the brain decides what actions to take, and then it sends messages back down to whatever the response will be. So nerve cells, they link up together in order to send messages or receive messages. Next, we have the red blood cell. And yes, the red blood cells are always red. They look like this, and they make up the blood. So the red blood cell, it has this shape so it can carry more things. The things it carries are nutrients and water, food, could be your vitamins and minerals, and oxygen to the cells all over the body. So each red blood cell carries something, then they work together in the blood, and they go through the veins and arteries, collecting things and delivering things. They're like the mailman. They pick up oxygen from your lungs, and then they take the oxygen all over the body, and they pick up carbon dioxide, and then they bring it back to the lungs so your lungs can breathe out the carbon dioxide. So red blood cell just carries nutrients and oxygen all over the body. Skin cell. Skin cells, you can see here, they're all super tightly packed. And the reason they're all tightly packed and squished and have weird shapes to prevent anything from coming in. So the function of the skin cell is to keep invaders out of the body by forming a protective barrier. So as you see, tightly packed, there's really no opening for bacteria or viruses to come in, and it keeps you safe. Yeah, so skin keeps out invaders from the outside world, and then all those skin cells working together to make that barrier creates your skin, and the skin is the largest organ in your body. It goes all over your body. Okay, so skin cell, tightly packed, create protective barrier from things from the outside. Next, we have the small intestine cell. So remember, the small intestine cell looks like this. A lot of you were grossed out this year by its shape, but just remember it looks like finger projections. And the reason it looks like this, because the more surface area, the more points you can touch around it, the better. Because its job is to absorb nutrients from the food. So the more surface area, the more points it can come in contact with the food, the more nutrients and water will be absorbed. So it's good that it looks like this. I know it grosses you out, but it's a good thing because it absorbs more food that you need. And then once it absorbs that food, whatever's good gets sent to the red blood cell, and then the red blood cell sends it all over your body. Okay, so small intestine has this weird shape to absorb more nutrients from food that we eat. Finally, you have the white blood cell. We didn't touch upon them way too much, but I know a lot of you were interested in learning more about the white blood cell. So white blood cells are in your blood. They're not red. They're more a whitish, purplish color. And we call them white blood cells. And they are cells that are part of the immune system that fight invaders, such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, pollen, anything else that can try and cause a disease in our body. So they fight together to destroy anything that's infecting us. White blood cells are specialized to attack certain things. That's why here on the slide you can see many different ones with their names. Don't worry about what they each do. Just know that in total, all together, these white blood cells form a team to fight invaders out of the body. And they have such names as monocyte, eosinophil, basophil, neutrophil, lymphocytes, T lymphocyte, B lymphocyte, natural killer cell, dendritic cell, macrophage, and so on. This one is the red blood cell. This diagram is a family tree and is showing you how all blood cells come from the same family, but only this one's the red blood cell. Everything else is a white blood cell that has a specific job to kill a specific invader. Okay, so that's it. Going over all the body cells. Just remember, structure is related to function. What shape they have influences and allows them to do the job that they have. Structure related to function. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about the body cells or about this packet, please let me know. Email me or send me a message and I will try to answer them. I'm also going to record a video going over the body systems, but I'll put it as a separate video so this video is not that long. Alright, so bye guys, and I hope you have a great day.